Alive.
Okay.
Okay, we're live. So last time we managed to generate objects with LLM inside a game scene. Even though it's not too stable, it may mostly works. So when the supervisor worker, which is another LLM that's in control of like uh, uh, um, the progression of overall plots, it now has added responsibility of adding objects onto the scene so that it can eventually be rendered in the game UI. On top of that, now the characters are aware of these objects, and instead of just speaking, now we generalize the act of speaking into actions. The characters are supposed to act upon objects that's available on the scene, and the objects come from the supervisor. So that's Kai. Can you quickly
Demonstrate?
show us the mural, the chart I just showed you?
Sure. Let me see, which is here.
Yeah, basically, this flowchart demonstrates our current architecture. Essentially, you have character worker, then you have summary worker, and have supervisor worker. So now summary worker outputs more stuff. So we were discussing whether we should have a separate props worker. We don't right now, but effectively we are kind of using a different agent. So because we do not ask the LLM to create the next plot plus the objects in the scene. We actually make 2 LLM calls to achieve that. So we effectively have 4 agents. From the flowchart, you don't quite see. I think we should kind of label it. So after the supervisor, okay, let me actually just change it. Because conceptually and realistically, that's actually what we're doing right now. So give me 1 second. So what's really happening now is that we have props, what we call props, for the lack of better name. Given the scene, we generate props. The props, then from here we have plot, and summary, and then we got here we have objects and plot summary. Objects, plot, and summary. Okay, it's objects, plot, history. So like this. So this is props creator. It creates new items for each scene. So what I was thinking.
But one question here. So right now, this prop creator and the supervisor actually is one worker, right?
Yeah, because they are sequential.
Oh, they are sequential. Okay.
You could put into 2 workers, but that's really for concepts only.
Okay.
So just for the sake of convenience, we just kind of put everything into one. It's probably a good idea to separate them, but functionally they're equivalent. So we just didn't bother last time. Now, wait, why is someone else in the room?
Yeah, is Emily?
Hello. I didn't want to interrupt the live stream.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's basically it. So what we're going to do today, I think we're too far away from the UI today now. I would really like to sort of go back to the UI, just sort of connect everything to the UI, if possible. My thinking is, right now, it kind of generates random stuff on the in the plot thing. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try to render them for objects that are unknown. For example, like I think it outputs like spaceship, or outputs some kind of random things. The stuff it kind of made up. If it's something that we don't know, we just like render a ball. How about that? Or a square?
Sure.
Maybe that's minimum, because the hope is that maybe very, very soon, because 3D stable diffusion models are maturing rapidly,
Nice.
we could very soon easily create those objects on the fly.
So that's the agenda for today. What were you guys discussing earlier?
At least that's what's on the top of my mind, but you guys can chime in on what do you think is the most important thing to do.
I think last time we briefly talked about possibly having a critique of some sort. But maybe since we haven't done the front end stuff in such a long time, I guess it would be good to bring front end up to speed.
Or I could just work on the front end in parallel while you guys like work on the critique. It's up to you.
By the way, it's like I overheard you guys saying adding potentially another agent. What was that for?
Oh, that's for this one, the prompt creator. I just
we actually effectively we have a separate agent, because if you
Oh,
I think the definition, like agent and our workers are not necessarily one to one.
mhm.
So the definition of an agent in my mind is something that is generated from independent LLM calls. So I think the props qualify as an agent right now.
Okay.
The props creation part.
But I think last time when we implemented it, it was the third LLM call in supervisor.
Right.
Have
So it's an independent LLM call,
right?
which is an agent.
So we haven't really moved it somewhere else yet, right?
Right. So I was talking to Kai about this. I was like, if there's no reason to move, then we don't need to move. It's extra work.
Oh, I see.
Right? It's working right now. Like, what's the point of moving it?
Oh, while you're showing the code, I remember another problem. Like, they were sort of repeating themselves after a round. Remember, like the three of them are all inspecting an item, and then they started talking to each other, but really the conversation during the second round wasn't making too much of a progress either. They were just Jeremy was asking Guy, have you found anything? Guy was asking Morgan, have you found anything? Morgan was inspecting, and then the conversation sort of repeats.
Yeah, I think it's because it's sort of the lazy part, like because right now our heuristic is supposed to be summary worker's job, right?
Mm-hmm.
As of now, the summary worker doesn't really look into the content and decide if it's time to switch. It just actually waits until line 12. I think that's our logic right now. We put a placeholder there. Do you remember that?
Line 12?
No, if there are more than 12 lines, then switch thing.
Oh,
Logic
right.
That's just a placeholder. We gotta keep refining this.
Yeah, I agree. But my question was more, even within the 12 lines limit, how can we make them to actually progress instead of the three of them all trying to inspect an item?
My question though is, if it's going nowhere, should the summary worker just end it prematurely and move on to the next chapter?
Define premature condition though. What if
No, sorry, not premature. End at the appropriate time.
okay.
12 is an arbitrary number. We don't have a boundary right now. It's
Mhm.
like, well, when should it end? Sometimes it could go over like 20 conversations with something really going on.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe after 6 or 7 rounds, and then they are stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really the supervisor's job to just kind of like put an end to this. They're like, okay, let's move on. Instead of the individual character's job. Because
Okay.
they're going to have a hard time, I think, trying to come up with something. You know, if you just keep forcing them to come up with something, these are like 7B models. Like, they're not very clever. And then they're just like, gee, I don't know what to do.
Can we just quickly take a look at character workers prompt? Do we
Okay.
have something like I remember we might have something that says do not repeat yourself, but do we have something that says do not repeat whatever the person prior to you said?
Okay, you could try tweaking the prompt parts, but
Right.
I would say my suggestion is try to work with it to a certain limit.
Mm-hmm.
because my gut feeling tells me maybe it's gonna work, maybe it's not gonna work very well. Like, that's just the nature of these things. But then if after certain time, after the limit, like we tried and it still doesn't work, I would say we use external force, which is
Okay.
use another LLM to try to intervene and do something about it.
Yeah, sort of like a critique of some sort.
Something like that. Or a detector, like for example, like we can do in the supervisor worker.
Yeah.
You just explicitly do a detector and say, detect if the conversation is going to a dead end, yes or no. And here's the criteria.
I see.
There are reasons for this, but I think in my gut feeling tells me that will work better. But the problem with that is you add even more computation to it. That's the trade-off.
True. That is true. So I would probably just quickly tweak the character worker prompt a bit, see if it works. If not, then let's come back to the 12 conversation too long limit and change it to an LM call.
All right. Do you want to work on this with Kai so that I can sort of work on the front, like kind of sort out the front end code a little bit? I think it's in a mess right now.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Whose screen are we looking at?
Kai.
My screen.
Okay. Yeah, we can just keep sharing. And then let's maybe take a quick look at character worker.
Sure. Before that, I just go through this supervisor, and
Okay.
I can see right now we make the 3 like a LLM call, right?
Mhm.
So my understanding, the first one is to create a summary. Second one is based on the previous summary, we are creating like a 30 under 30 word, like the new topic, right?
Yes.
Something. And then the third one is, what is third one do? Third one, thing prompt, generate a new thing, right?
Right. So scene is sort of a bad naming here. Really, what this third call is trying to do is based on the new topic or new scene generated from the second Ollama call.
Yep.
It tries to extract the person or objects that were mentioned in the new topic.
Mm-hmm.
So this way, we know from the front end. Like, remember when Xiang was saying for whatever objects we can render with a ball or a square?
Yeah.
So that's
here.
essentially coming from the third call. Third call breaks down. So third call converts the string of scene description into
object.
an array of JSONs. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can see here. This is the example we provided. We provide 2 examples.
Can I interrupt? I have a question. So, just want to discuss with you guys about, UI, the first version of UI.
Okay.
I'm thinking, like, part of what I just said, like, if we do not know how to render this object, we render a ball or a box. Okay.
You might as well just render everything with a ball or a box and put a name on it.
Except characters. Okay. A ball and box. Okay.
You mean, what do you mean character? You mean the person, right?
The person.
The people.
The people. Yeah. But I don't think we quite have that yet, because the intern is kind of working on multiple people conversation right now.
Do you really want to distinguish between person and object?
Yeah, that's my question. Do we really?
Yeah, you do, because people have a speech bubbles and they talk.
But then what if you have like right now, if somehow the third Ollama call returns 𝗦𝗶𝘃𝗄𝗎 as a person that's not necessarily Jeremy, Guy, or Morgan,
then he is a static NPC, which is supposed to be an object if you think about it. Oh, okay.
That
you have a point.
Yeah, right. But, because that NPC will not talk, right?
But that's a good point. Like, maybe a cat can move. So it'll be a mess to distinguish these things. Okay. And the chances are, if it's a static object, LLM is not going to be stupid enough to sort of generate. Hi, cat. It's going to be stupid enough to sort of make the object move to something else. It makes no sense plot-wise.
Yeah. So maybe if it's easier for you, just try to render person as boxes and objects as balls.
That's easy to control. If it's a person, I can just do a switch case and then render something else. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the second question is, if in terms of character actions, if it's speech, then I render a speech bubble. Okay, no problem. If it's anything that's not a speech, but it has a target,
okay,
or if it has a destination, if I don't know how to work with that, my default thing to do is to make that subject move to the object.
Okay.
Is that a reasonable default?
Let me see. Could you repeat the default?
The default is, okay, someone or an animal or whatever takes an action on another object, and then in the game, I don't know how to render that, right? Because by default, we don't know anything. Like, we don't have logic to render anything, to sort of perform anything. So the default action is to make that subject move towards that object.
Person moving towards the box.
Like, say, if I operate the red button, what I'm really doing, I move towards the button. That's it. On the UI, you see that Jeremy moves towards the red button.
But you have one thing in the schema is the direction, right? Position direction. So does that will be conflict?
We got to refine that, because right now we sort of just hand wavily tell it. There are 2 positions you can take: north, south, east, west, and it doesn't work very well right now. So the position it outputs is garbage, and I do not expect 7B models to have any advanced spatial reasoning capabilities whatsoever. I just don't expect that. Maybe GPT-3.5 barely, but 7B, I guess not. So the position it's outputting is garbage anyway, which is another related question, which is, if the position if it tells me it's in the north, then I try to put it on in the north. But if it gives me garbage, something I cannot parse, I just pick a random place.
Okay.
For now,
Okay.
those are the 3 heuristics I want to implement.
Yeah.
Is
All
that
right.
good? Okay. Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, Emily, what do we do next?
I was gonna go to character worker and quickly take a look at the prompt over there. Let's see, gen prompt. Your helpful assistant, your job is to use the provided character name to return from the allowed action. The context has recent history. The above example would output the following JSON. Oh, hey there, what did you bring me today? Oh, okay. So from the look of it, it never said anything about do not repeat yourself from recent history, even though it's the actions of a different speaker. What if we try adding that?
Okay, let me see. So if we want to limit that, we just adding something like instruction.
Yes. Yeah, I think instructions would do.
And let me see, we should put the instruction. Let me see where we better put them.
I think we'll have to put it under the 2 examples.
Under the 2 example. So you
2
mean
and the actual prompt. So for example, maybe we can put under allowed actions.
Allowed action.
Yeah.
Here.
After that, we have a new section called instructions.
Instructions. Do not repeat yourself.
Something like do not repeat from do not repeat recent history.
Does that repeat recent history? Something like that?
Yeah, I would probably do something like that. The other question was, do we want the 3 do we want to follow the similar format as allowed actions and stuff, or do we want the 3 sharp signs?
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm not suggesting to remove it. I'm just thinking.
I think we just need to keep consistent, but even here it's not very consistent. Instructions. I don't know. Maybe we can just follow make it consistent, just something like that.
But then I don't want it to confuse instructions with the quote unquote context provided.
Oh, context provided.
Yeah.
Where the information. In that case, let me see. Does the indentation work? Maybe not.
Probably not. I would maybe let's just try the 3 sharp sign and then
Do we have? Okay.
I wish I can quickly try it out somehow.
I think we can try it out. Can we? Oh, you want to try it out? Let me see. Should
Okay, what do
we?
you want to try out?
Like, does the header format matters? For example, we provided allowed actions, context, and so forth in the format of all cap and then a colon. If we want to provide something different, like a set of instructions, that's not part of the provided information.
I have no idea. Better Google it or just try. I don't know.
But-
But if you want to try something out individually, sure. I would I encourage setting up some kind of single call LLM environment, something. Just a,
Yeah.
Can we use the what it called Ollama UI?
I mean, you're very close to just building one yourself.
Oh,
Just like I don't know, run TS something else. It takes a little extra work, but I think it's worth it. Up to you.
Yeah, I'm actually opening up my Ollama UI right now.
but I remember the Ollama UI.
Oh yeah. By the way, you gotta be careful though if you use your Ollama UI. Remember, we ran into that consistency issue because
Yeah,
it's not that UI is not a very good project, by the way.
yeah.
And that good project, for whatever reason, I cannot run it. The sort of the semi-official Ollama UI, it's not working. For some reason.
I'm thinking probably. Oh, that's too much work.
Actually, let me just quickly modify the prompt and then try running it. Are we still using the multi-actions branch?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Allowed actions. Please also follow these guidelines. Do not repeat what was please also follow these guidelines. Do not repeat what was already mentioned in context, recent history. I'll just add one guideline for now. See if it works.
Post request.
Please also follow these guidelines. Okay. Is there any new local changes from your end? Like,
No.
what are those two changed files?
We don't really commit anything.
Okay.
So probably we can yeah.
Okay, then I'll just start from the latest branch.
Yeah.
Run yes. Trigger on code exception. Oh, I'm running the wrong test file. Anyways. Workflow conversation test yes. Okay, Jeremy, can we... And then... One sec. Okay. Const common guidelines.
Oh, I think I know why.
Okay. Please also follow these guidelines to not repeat what was already mentioned. Your suggested actions should progress the current summary in context should progress the story based on your suggested action should progress the story based on current dot summary.
Hey, Emily, one question. How did you know they are repeating themselves?
I mean, if you look at the recent history conversations, if you just read it, you'll realize they're sort of not doing much.
Oh, okay. Talk and talk. Wow, they are talking too quick. Basic history, and then talk it talk message.
Alrighty.
Exam target. That's main button. Let's think this through. Guys, let's focus on this. 然后 guys, exam target. Let's discuss or let's thinking. Let's. So you mean the repeat himself is pretty much exactly copy what they are talking before, right?
Not necessarily exact copy, but they're examining the same button, or they're pretty much paraphrasing whatever the last person said. For example, if they said, one sec, guys.
Yeah, like this one. The guy said,
yeah, let's discuss the potential consequences. Yeah, like this is an exact repetition.
Yeah, okay. So in that case, how to...
I made some small modification. Let me just quickly read what was generated. Let's take a look at and discuss several options. Repairing their ship could mean safety, but exploring could lead to discoveries and resources. What do you think we should do, Jeremy? Explore. Guy, what do you think we should do? Morgan, it could be our only chance. Morgan, what do you think we should do, team? This is not good enough. So common guidelines, please also follow these guidelines. Do not repeat. If
Not repeat recent history sounds
actions included question, you should answer.
Do not repeat recent history. Let me see. Do not paraphrase. Do not bring on others.
Actually, I'm wondering if it makes sense for them to speak about the action they want to take. Maybe that's confusing them. So
Huh?
instead of actually doing something, they were saying, let's do this, or let's focus. Maybe we should change type talk into
Let's try. What the hell is going on there? Let's try exam the counterpoint to see exam. Let's try. Okay, this one exam. Talk. All right, let's work together. Fix this. Let's give it a try, and then let's. So you mean something like this one? Hey guys, let's. So this is like emphasize they are talking.
Yeah, I want to help them understand by talk. I mean, just describe your actions.
So in that case, probably we need, let me see, change the talk, the sample message. Oh, wait a minute. How did you tell them what mean for talk?
Yeah, I'm actually thinking
Oh, here.
what's
Hi,
the
dear.
best way to talk?
Actor, person.
Your job is to use the provided.
Let's fix this. I will run the counterpart first. Oh, All right, let's see what we can find a solution here before we all examine the counterplan together.
Prompt. So I want to actually try if I break down the actions and the talk part into two separate Ollama calls, what would happen?
Oh.
So I'm just working on that quickly. One sec. Your helpful assistant. Your job is to use to return an array of.
In this one, we only have one Ollama call.
Only.
Prompt is what? Is this one?
Actions. Destination. Actions type walk. Destination. Allow the actions walk.
Generate
Talk. Pet. Target cat. To the cat's presence. With a friendly greeting. Example 2. Speaker from the truth fair. Attack Frodo. So remove talk. The above example following. Their attack.
Return response.
Attack.
Generate context.
Type. Hide.
Oh, Emily, do you want to share screen or?
Just give me one sec. I can share in a bit. I'm just experimenting with different things. Pet the chat.
Actually allowed to do something.
And so now we have walk, talk, run. Okay. So now, what is the general context? Okay. So we have this gen. Right. Let me share screen maybe.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty. So first of all, I want to move all these somewhere else. It's really bothering me. So this would be a gen prompt details.
First of all, we want to separate this one to two. So how you split them?
One sec. So First of all, I want to do a bit of refactoring to make sure it looks cleaner.
Yeah.
Import z from zod, and then characters enum is from here. So what else is missing? We will need to export this. Let's take a quick look. Why is it so complaining? So actions came from here.
Emily, can you zoom maybe a little bit?
Oh, right.
Yeah, here. Thank you.
Yes. So this file is good now. Now we want to do the imports from, we'll have to export as well. Import from, do we even need parse JSON? Right, we do need parse JSON, and that's not exported here, I don't think. Export function. Let's format this a bit. Parse JSON. So parse. Okay, now this should just all work. Character worker from actions. Let me just quickly review this a bit. Await gen prompt. Okay. Oh, okay. So now it's the actions would be a list of type, target, destination, message. Okay, so what if we make line here? Let me think. Should we put line within actions or make it a separate attribute? Let's do line string. z.string. From actions, you know what? Let's do message. And action schema. So I sort of just want to make actions more pure. So essentially we won't have message here. So today is April. Experiment moving message to a separate attribute. Okay, so now message is here. We will have to generate, if not actions So const message response equals await gen prompt. Let's just set up the placeholder for now, and then oh, so this should just return a string. I don't have to do anything about it. Then I can just do message. Move this out here. Or sorry, I don't know what to do. Okay, so now whose turn, and it can get the state information from here. So now I pretty much want to do a similar function. Actually, do I want to repeat all these? Export async function, gen message prompt. So essentially I'll need all these as well. And then in the response, I want to set up few shots as well. Let's see. You know what? I should just copy the whole thing, and then we can edit it. Cool. Message prompt. You're a helpful assistant. Your job is to use the provided character name, character description, context, vicinity, actions to return character actions. Maybe this time I don't even need to provide vicinity information. Character actions to return what the character would say. Respond with only the character line. Respond with only the character speech. And do not justify your rationale. So character name, I don't want all these indented. Okay, so now I have character name, character description, context, character actions. Actions. Speaker, cat, actions. We don't need vicinity information anymore. We don't need allowed actions. So essentially, character's action would be this. JSON.stringify, I don't need the null. The above example would output the following string. Will output the following response. Oh, hey there, kitty. What did you bring me today? Okay, so this is example 1 based on the actions. And then example 2, similar idea. To be fair, I don't even know if this will work or not, so let's just give it a try. Character actions. I don't know why whenever I copy something, it gives me a bunch of indentation. So character description, context, and then character actions, which is this. And would output the following response. Oh no, I'm in trouble. I need to hide. Okay. Yeah, I think this is good. Do we have the same format? The above example would output the following response. The above example would output the following response. Okay. So we have the 2 examples set up. Now let's update the actual prompt. And then again, I don't need these. I need character actions, which would come from JSON.stringify. Let me just quickly fix all these indentation first. So one thing I missed from the input would be actions. Awesome. So now we can just do JSON stringify actions. JSON response. Generate Ollama prompt. Okay. So now if we do what's the error here? Return talk. Oh, so the default would be, you know what? I'll just return an empty list. So let me quickly walk, jump, examine, operate, punch, kick, run. There's no talk allowed in here. And let's take a quick look at gen message prompt, character actions. All of these seem okay. So if we integrate this back to gen message prompt, now this is missing actions. So character worker output from whose turn actions message, and how is supervisor gonna take that in? Let's take a quick look. So going back to the supervisor, if message conversation too long, actually, how is it receiving all these scene, current, recent history? I might have to take a quick look at how workflow is defined. So character goes to, so character never directly goes to supervisor, it goes through summary. So that would mean in summary, we need so we would have this message z.string. Okay. Actually, this might be a good time to refactor this as well. Let me do a quick thing. Actually, do we have another file that stores all these types? Probably not. Yeah, looks like we don't. So let me just put all of these in here. Export character. Const character input z. Okay, now from actions message, quickly format this. Whatever that uses from actions message, that would mean when we changed character worker, this would be this guy, and import. Since we don't need these anymore, we can just clean them up a bit. Okay, so we were at summary earlier. Now we can change this as well. Gen prompt utils. Okay. Oh, it was called game state schema, so let's call it character input schema. Let me just do a quick rename. Character input schema. Character input schema. So all of these are updated as well, which is good. So again, coming back to summary worker, this is where the work starts. Case supervision, case character, recent history push, speaker label actions. Now data will also include message now. And then let's add message. Why is it complaining? Speaker action. So speaker actions. Let's do message. What is this guy? Okay. Message is included now. Summarize the previous summary. Blah, 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 blah. Recent history. Maps. H dot. So this is just a console log, but we still want to do JSON string file. And then let's just do h dot message. Message. Okay. Let's see, where else do we have to change perhaps? Directive by role. So this would be now coming from gen prompt utils. Cool. So what else is it still complaining? Speaker message. I can just move this out and then change actions into an empty array. So this took care of the test case. And is workflow all good? Yes, workflow is all good. Supervisor, hopefully it doesn't really modify recent history. Yes, so it doesn't really concern recent history. Okay, let's give it a test then.
Okay, how's it going?
So basically I tried splitting the Ollama calls for speech and actions. One just take care of the message, like what they want to say. The other takes care of the actions. So just about to test it out. Alrighty. Actually, let me quickly kill it and see what's going on here. So guy message, what the hell is going on? Ooh, type examine, type operate. We have this issue again. But so we'll have to fix that in a bit. But let's just take a quick look at the message generated. What the hell is going on with the oxygen indicator? Oh, great. Another technical difficulty, just what we need out here in the middle of nowhere, size. Let me see if I can help you guys figure this out. Pauses. Well, this is just peachy. All right, let's get our heads together and brainstorm some solutions. Okay, so we'll have to tell it not to add any notes. Guy examine control panel, guy scanning the control panel. Let me see here. All right, I've got an idea. Pause. Hold on a second. I think I might have just made things worse. Sorry about that, guys. Let me try something else. Long pause. Oh no, this isn't working either. Maybe if we try this other thing I read about in the manual, pauses. Oh, this is so guy. Morgan to herself. All right, let's think this through. We need a solution fast. Maybe there's something we miss in our initial assessment. I should check the manual again for alternative solutions. Or perhaps we could try to ration our remaining oxygen and use our emergency supplies. Okay, so I do like how the new messages are structured in terms of the content, but let's quickly take care of this. What if we just tell it in the gen message prompt, you're a helpful assistant, your job is to use the provided character to return the character will say respond with only the character speech and do not justify your rationale. Let's put this in a new line. It's hard to.
Holy cow!
Do not add any additional notes.
Sorry, I just got a Tesla software update notification.
Okay.
This one, you can drive anywhere,
Nice.
even in parking lot. You'll
That-
know where I'll be going after the live stream. I'm gonna take a ride because it's very hot in my room.
Very interesting. The above example, character name, character actions. Okay, and then in the generate prompt, oh, why did it indented? I don't want this indented. Although I don't know if it matters either. But whatever. What did I want to do again? Gen prompt response only. Not add any notes or comments. Only. Okay. Hopefully it will follow it better this time. Let's see. We have so many parsing errors. I feel like by splitting up the speech message and the actions, we sort of broke the actions.
What's the observation that sort of made you separate the speech and the action?
I sort of have a feeling that one Ollama call is trying to do too many things. It's trying to come up with different types of actions while trying to do a speech. So I don't even know if this is correct, but I feel like while asking it to generate both speech and actions at the same time, it's sort of deprioritizing the variety of the speech.
You mean either speech or act? Oh, both. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see your point. But then architecturally, how do you change it?
So I sort of just split out. I removed message from the allowed actions. So back to the original gen prompt. This is pretty much still the same, except in the allowed actions, we don't have talk anymore. And in the sample response, it will just do actions pet the cat without generating a speech. And then similarly, example 2, removing type talk and then provide a different example response.
Okay, then how do you decide if the character should talk or should act?
I just did both, so you should both act and talk. This is sort of a naive way to do it, but I wanted to see if it works or not. So again, we can later add on heuristics to decide whether to act or to say or do both. For now, I just wanted to do both, generate a bunch of actions and then talk.
Yeah, I feel individual characters that it's becoming super expensive right now. So, well, if that's the case, then so be it. But that's not what I hoped. But if things come to it, so be it.
I mean, the speed is still okay. Like, it's not super delayed.
Well, you gotta free this resource up to like other parts of the system, right? You can't. If you
Okay.
make 3 LLM calls, and they actually are run in sequence, one after another.
Mm-hmm.
So each character occupies a very huge amount of time in the entire computation.
Fair
But
enough.
we'll figure out. We'll optimize later.
Okay. But we're running into the same problem again. So in the response, it always tries to add a note in the end.
Add a node in it?
Yeah. Like, for example, this is a JSON we wanted, and then it tries to add a comment. This Morgan character seems to be more focused on helping the team and examining.
A few shot doesn't work. Doesn't help.
No, even with few shot, it's trying to add this. I know we didn't want to do a manual parse, but I feel like we might have to.
Sorry, do a manual what?
Like manually find the index of the ending curly bracket
Okay, this is for the speech or for the action?
for the action. With speech, you don't have to parse anything. It's just
How about just give you the outlet to explain itself?
right. So actually, does that even make sense given forcing it to provide a rationale.
It's like a little human being. It wants to explain. So, yes, I'm not kidding. Actually, it makes sense.
Okay. So then actions, reason. Emily responds. So here we provide a reason as well. Frodo is in trouble by hiding. So now when we parse it, we only take the actions part, so there's no changes there. Okay, let's take a look again. Okay, I think it's getting better.
Yeah.
Huh.
You just need to give it an outlet to talk,
Okay.
like an American.
Oh, we have some parse exception.
Of course we do.
Can you open the link? I just want to see if it works.
Oh, actually, can we make this a different color?
Yeah, I'll get to it. I was not able to for some reason. Yeah, just click on the part that has. Okay, on the red part. So what does it say? Must not have additional properties. So it's you have something called speaker, which is not shouldn't be there.
Actions type.
Why is speaker not allowed? Oh, I see.
The speaker is already here from Jeremy.
How about you just allow it to have additional properties?
Yeah, I agree. But also take a look at the message here. Let me check this control panel out and see if I can find any clues. Pause. Here goes nothing. Presses the green button. Now it's actually corresponding to the action.
Sorry, what was that?
Like the way it's talking now. What he says corresponds to the actions. Instead of before, they would just suggest some actions, examine the control panel or press a button and say something like, let's focus team.
Wait, is that message supposed to be there?
Yeah, message supposed to be here. This is what comes out from the second Ollama call.
Yeah, okay. Thing is though, I don't know how to allow additional. Okay.
Like Zod dynamic. So can we do something like z.string? No. It doesn't. Random.
Oh, I see. I didn't do a Zod parse before I sent it. I think if you just do a Zod.parse, the schema.parse, it's gonna strip away all the additional properties. I think.
Do what? Sorry?
If you just do a schema.parse, it's gonna strip away all the additional properties. Maybe you could just do it manually.
So if we go back to Where should we do that again?
Before you emit, for example.
Right, emit actions, and then just do z.parse.
No, schema, like whatever schema you're using.
Okay. One sec. Let me. So
I
this
think
actions schema dot parse actions. Okay, seems to be working. Let me just format things a bit. Cool.
Oh, actually, maybe not. It's just gonna deep clone the object. Strip.
Oh no, all the actions are this. That doesn't really help.
Oh, no. Okay, never mind. Just get rid of. Actually, by default, Zod actually allows additional keys, unrecognized keys.
Okay.
So it's a JSON schema thing. Hold on. Let me try to quickly change that.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it complaint? By default, it should just allow it. That's weird. Oh, by default, it's strict. It's true.
So how do we set like a global setting?
Let me change it. It's on the server level. Let me change it.
Cool.
Okay, strict schema set to false. Strict mode options. By default, it executes in strict mode. Okay, strict to false. Strict set to false. Okay.
Oh, validate.
By the way, setting aside the validation issue, which we can also fix offline if there's not enough time,
Mhm.
do you think it's worth it to split out message from actions?
We don't know. It doesn't hurt to experiment. If
Okay.
it doesn't work very well, there are trade-offs. I don't know. I don't know. Wait, hold on. Validation failure. Res.validate res equals to validate. And here, where does the validate come from? Oh, JSON schema. Oh, actually, you know what? That might not be. Never mind. It's not because of additional properties. I think it's because of the. Wait, what was the error again? Why was it failing?
It's because of speaker. So in actions, we only allow type target, but it's trying to add speaker as well.
Okay, I need to do some major change to this. I don't think I can finish it during the live stream.
Okay.
We gotta do something else.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost at time as well, so might be a good time to summarize a bit. Or, oh, have you made any progress in terms of front end stuff?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Just FYI, by breaking out, splitting out message from actions, I might have broken what you just did.
Okay, so before I'm merging your changes, let me show you what I did.
Okay.
I don't like balls, so I use like tetrahedrons. Okay.
Fancy.
I just use tetrahedrons. And then they are, well, by default, there's a room. And there are tetrahedrons representing things.
Meow wolf.
Yeah, that's it. And then
Okay.
I think it's generating in the background.
Wait, if there's so many turns already, why is there only meow wolf and one character?
Because Jeremy and Morgan are talking. Okay, this is a bug. I think this wait, is this a bug?
Where did all the
Oh,
objects?
it just didn't generate any props for some reason.
Oh, okay.
I think there's still a little issue with this because I do see props in here. But
Okay.
somehow it's not updating. But eventually, wait, this is the first time I actually failed. But if there are props,
It could be a parsing error again.
okay. That's strange.
Actually, something else I want to introduce is a retry mechanism.
Yeah, we need that, which is standard for all LLMs.
Yeah, like if it doesn't work the first run, try it maybe 2 times more at most.
Yep.
Oh, that could be a built-in functionality into invoke. Something like invoke versus invoke with retries.
Yeah, we need that. Okay, did you push your code?
Not yet. I was thinking I can merge in your changes first.
It's all on the branch, so you can merge.
Oh, okay. You've already pushed.
I push very often. For some reason, props are not generating for the LLM. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on. So
I'll
their
stop.
changes are strictly front end?
Can you share the screen? Because I stopped sharing.
Okay.
No, I changed a whole bunch of places.
Entire.
I do have to expose the game state out as output.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. So there's no merge conflict. I will just add mine as well. Cool. All right. I guess to briefly recap, today we fixed the front end, sort of, and then separated out the message or speech from a list of actions. Still a lot of bugs to fix, and we also need to introduce retry next time.
Before I introduce retry though, it's mostly working.
Yeah, it is mostly working. I guess just for the one or two times where props is not parsing properly or action is not parsing properly, we can do a quick retry, to be honest.
Okay. Retry is like sort of the last resort, but okay, let's see. But like in terms of prop engineering though, how much more room of improvement do you think you have?
Uh, that's hard to say though, because we run into parsing error too frequently. It's hard to see the full impact of our changes.
Okay. Where I'm looking at the code, where is the part that actually generates action versus generates prompt is messages?
If you go to character worker, you see actions is coming from gen prompt. Message is coming from gen message prompt.
Okay. So okay, let me. So message is okay. I guess it's just the actions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, message is just a string.
Okay, I think there's room for improvement. Like for example, just if you use the word like return and all that, because I don't think it understands the return.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a function, so you're conversing with it. For example,
Okay.
because you're like say write
Whoa.
down or respond with.
Right. Okay.
Use each allowed action and most. Yeah, these are for smaller models. It's gonna be respond with only JSON, do not add initial. Oh, okay. Vicinity information, allowed actions. Would respond with this pet recent history. Vicinity information. Allowed actions. Reason. Okay.
Yeah, given it an outlet to explain.
Wait, am I sharing screen? Oh, I'm not sharing screen.
No. I'm in share screen.
Hold on. Okay. Actually, can you stop sharing? Because I don't think like two screen shares messes up the screen layout. Okay. Allow action. Walk, jump, examine. Wait. What if you just take away the allowed actions?
What do you mean by allowed actions? Taking away allowed actions.
Just don't just give it, make it like allow it to perform any action it wishes.
Okay. So type. So you just want to have a string then?
No, like you don't have this. You just don't have this. Like do not mention anything about allowed actions. Just give
Okay.
4 examples. Okay. So the problem is, I think number one, it's capable of generating JSON.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, it generates all the fields you need.
Yeah. And then some.
So there's no point of you trying, if you think about it.
Okay.
It generates everything you need. So it's a programmatic issue. You just gotta like take its output and process properly.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we're at that point of doing retry yet, because honestly, I don't really like. I really don't like retry.
Okay.
I think the model is capable, so we'll see.
So we can just make it generic, like type target, because destination is kind of target.
No, I mean we okay. Let's just, if we just leave as it is, because the last time we tried just now, it generated everything properly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we can leave as is. So we fix our program, right?
So it's the problem with adding additional properties.
Yeah, it's giving us what we need. Like it just sometimes adds, like improvise, adds a few things.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
But it abides by the standard, and we give it 2 examples. It knows what you need and it generates accordingly.
Okay.
If it improvises, if it adds a few additional things, it's not a big deal, as long as it's not missing anything.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think we have seen that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just need to fix the validation, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Or turn it off, or I mean, I don't know, do something else.
Yeah, I think probably let's try fixing the validation part.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. I think that's all. That's all. Anything else, guys? Comments?
No.
All right. I think I'm getting on the brink of catching a cold, so bye, guys. Hopefully to see you on Tuesday. On
Saturday.
Saturday.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
There is who is Uncle Benji? I think it's a spammer or someone like someone in our live stream chat gave us a like and left, watched for about 2 minutes and says thank you for your time and left live stream. Yeah, I think it's a spammer probably. All right, let me end the live stream. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Wait, hold on. Am I?